Hello, everyone. It's another great day. All right. This morning on Kings Don't Make Mistakes, I am going to be talking about the stiff-necked king. The stiff-necked king. When we say the stiff-necked king, what do we mean? We mean the king that is stubborn. You know, the last time we said, despite the foolishness of the king, the childishness of the king, it is not a guarantee for the queen to disrespect the king. Now, that's why we are creating a balance so that kings will also know that stiff-neckedness is a disadvantage. Now, any king who remains stiff-necked after so many rebuke, correction, advice is going to be destroyed without remedy. Stiff-necked is the beginning of destruction in a king's life. When we say a king is stiff-necked, we mean the king is stubborn. The king cannot bend. The king is so stiff. That's what we mean. We find situations where husbands are stiff-necked when they are dictators. In dictatorship, you just say your final word and nobody can say anything or change your mind. In dictatorship, you run your family like an organization where you are the big boss. So most times, men who are leaders in organizations, who are at managerial positions, who control people and people listen to them, who make commands and people listen to them, when they get home and they say something and there is an opposition to what they say, it becomes a bone of contention. So poor communication occurs when a king is stiff-necked. The king believes that what he or she is running is an army barracks. In the barracks, you give commands and you obey before you complain. Normally in the army barracks, once a command is given, you obey before you complain. Growing up as a child, I grew up among soldiers and I realized that it is all about command and obedience. So a stiff-necked king is a king who gives command and expects obedience and does not expect opposition or reasoning to his command. That's a stiff-necked king. In such situation, the king is going to have problems because he is leading to destructions. Most times, stiff-necked kings don't believe that women have intellect. In fact, stiff-necked kings don't believe that women are intelligent. They just believe they are emotional and only talks about money. But there are many women out there who have delivered their husbands from trouble as a result of their stiff-neckedness. Now let's look at Abigail, for example. She married a king that was stiff-necked in the name of Nabal. The guy, if he says something, it doesn't change it, even if it comes from his wife. So you hear men brag, you hear kings brag. Nobody can control me. It's not about control, it's about destruction. Any king who is stiff-necked is going forth to destruction. So kings, it is better for a king to have a flexible neck. You should be flexible in your decisions, you should be flexible in your command, and you should be considerate. Stiff-necked kings are emotionless. They don't have feelings for their wives. They don't feel, they just command. They just want to be the boss and the man. Being flexible does not reduce your crown, does not take away your crown as a king. So, later in the day, we are going to look at the other side, from the queen's side. But a man who is stiff-necked is leading to destruction. Have a great day.